Hi, I'm Kate Chapman. I'm the founder of a site called This Life in Progress, and it is a community for divorced parents and single parents and blended families. If you told me 6 years ago, 10 years ago, that I'd be a writer and a founder of a community and a coach and talking to you on YouTube, I would have laughed you out of the room. 10 years ago, I was a married mom in a first family with 2 and nearly 3 little kids, and living what I thought was the dream. And then my life took a really huge left turn. My marriage ended, despite the fact that I thought I'd read all the books and done all the things I was supposed to do. I just realized it wasn't going to serve us any longer. And so I started my journey as a single mom. And so as a single mom, I did what any sort of firstborn high-achieving person did. And I thought, well, when I was pregnant, I read a ton of books. This is a new parenting experience. I should go get all the books about being a divorced mom. And so I logged onto Amazon and found pretty much nothing. So I logged onto the web to look for divorced parent resources and found pretty much nothing. Yeah, there were some sites bitching about your ex-husband, or there were things talking about how rough divorce can be for kids, but there was nobody out there really talking about how to do it or what was working for them, or what they'd tried that hadn't worked. There was nothing. So I really focused my single parenting life doing a lot of my own research and spending time with my kids and really working on a co-parenting relationship with my ex, which, to be honest, was really tough at times. And I kind of put resources in the back of my mind. I did the best I could do and I moved forward. Well, fast forward, and I had a great guy in my life, and we were planning to get married. And once again, I thought, let me go find some resources. Let me think about what it's like to blend families. And I typed in blended family resources into Google, and nothing. And so we got some blended family and step family books, and I was terrified. The books that were available talked about how terrible our chances were of staying married. And after just having come out of a divorce, that was the last thing I wanted to hear. But the truth is, 73% of marriages that involve kids from a previous relationship don't make it. So I started to look for ways that our marriage could not be part of that, and I couldn't find any. I could read the statistics, and I could read about how tough it was to blend families, but I couldn't talk to anybody who said, hey, Kate, here's what we did, and it worked really well, or here's what we did, and it failed, don't do that. So I went forward, and I continued to do this really big research about it. I read every book, and I talked to every counselor I could, and I paid attention. And so we got married. And about 4 months into being married, I thought, man, I had no idea what I was signing up for. And yet we were here with 6 kids between us. And so we started to work really hard at making it work. And in 2016, that work turned into the community that I call This Life in Progress. This Life in Progress because, to be honest, getting married with 3 kids of my own and joining my husband's family with 3 kids of his and having exes in the mix and extended family felt a lot like when breaking news breaks in and you join it and finishes, and then you join a television program already in progress and you're trying to figure out what goes on. That's how it felt, this blended family thing. It felt like life was swirling around me. It was already in progress, and I was just trying to keep up. So I founded a website called This Life in Progress in 2016, and it took off. Right now, today, there are well over 100 posts there on everything from co-parenting to transition to grief after divorce to just the good, the bad, and the ugly of my experiences as a stepmom. And my husband's experiences as a stepdad, and how we've thought about co-parenting and what's worked and what hasn't. And as the community started to grow, we put ourselves out on Instagram because folks were kind of interested in what this family looked like daily, and out on Pinterest because I had now more than 2,000 resources about how to divorce and keep your kids whole, how to blend your families, how to co-parent. I wanted to share those with other people. We put ourselves out on Twitter because who doesn't like Twitter? And now YouTube. And so we've got a ton of resources out there for families like ours, which is really important. You might wonder sort of how I'm qualified to even talk to you about this. And I have two answers. The first one is I may not be, right? But I'm somebody talking about it. And there weren't a lot of people out there when I was looking. And so I'm glad that you can come along on this journey with me. The other answer is I spent 20 years as a corporate coach. I'm trained in psychology and sociology, and I look carefully at the resources that I ascribe to or that I recommend. I have a long history of helping people navigate through change, and I'm just applying it to this community of ours now. The other thing is I'm a mom and a stepmom to 6 kids. I've been a first family mom, married and thinking that I'd never be the one who'd divorce. I've been a foster mom. I've been a single mom, and now I'm a stepmom. So I've been #all the moms. Probably not. There are a lot of moms out there who I haven't walked in their shoes. But I've done a lot of this mom thing. There are 6 kids in our blended family. We live on the East Coast of the U.S. I brought Simon, Caden, and Lottie to the party. They are 16, nearly 13, and 8. My husband, Gabe, brought Amy, Sarah, they're reversed there, Sarah's older, and Jack to the party. Jack's 8 as well. Jack and Lottie are our 2 8-year-olds. We call them the littles. Amy and Caden are our middles, our tweens, and our teens are Sarah and Simon. They are 14 and 16, as I mentioned, so this is a busy house. And we've done teens, and we've done school age, and we've done little ones, and we've done tweens, and I write all about it. My writing's been featured out there on the Huffington Post, on Scary Mommy, and Stepmom Magazine, and Step Parent Magazine. I've done blogs for divorcemom.com, for Divorce Force. So you might have read some of our stuff already. If we seem familiar, we might be. But I wanted to do a video introduction so that you can understand who we are and where you might find help. So again, my name is Kate Chapman. I'm a coach and a mom and a stepmom and a writer. And for you, most importantly today, I'm the founder of This Life in Progress, a community for divorced parents, single parents, and blended families. You can find us over at www.thislifeinprogress.com, on Instagram as This Life in Progress, on Twitter as Life in Progress 8, Pinterest is also Life in Progress 8, and now here on YouTube. So take a look at the videos, subscribe, and enjoy the channel. Come on over to the website. Make sure that you subscribe on the website because I do send out a ton of free stuff. It's important to me that a lot of this be accessible to everyone. So I do lots and lots of free content to help moms and dads and blended families and single parents and all of us out here parenting after the first family fairy tale. So I'd love to hear from you. You can always reach me at kate@thislifeinprogress.com. I really appreciate you taking a look at our content here on YouTube, and I hope that you find content that really helps support you on this journey because it really is a terrific ride.